It's like I want to be on the finish line, right at it, even though where I'm at is exactly where I need to be, and it's perfect. I'm making the best of it, though. I'm doing this with a really good attitude. Okay. How many people can say that they have had 3 surgeries, have had their abdominal wall cut through twice? Ay, ay, ay. You all don't even know beyond the tip of the iceberg. There was so much more involved in my hospital experiences. They were not bad, though they were intense. And recovery. Oh, yeah. And then the whole guts popping out event and getting that mended back into place. Surgery number 3. Oh, yeah, intestines taken out. 1/4 of the stomach taken out. Just... it's scary sometimes for me to even say that out loud. But it happened. I lived through it. I was there. Hello, loves. It's Natalia. And I'm here to talk about another thing that speaks from my heart. You hear me talking a lot about recovery because that's exactly what I'm dealing with. And it's taking a while. A lot has happened. I was in the hospital for 2 months. I had 3 surgeries. And I talk about recovery a lot because I deal with it every day. And if I count the time that everything started, I've been dealing with this particular chapter of my life that has had many flavors in this chapter since last February. That's almost a year. It's been going on for quite a while. Just hibernating. What do people do when they heal? They rest, they hibernate. That's what I do. I get out here and there, but even when I do, I have to wear a brace, and I just only do what I'm able to do. I just do what I'm able to do. How can I even convey to you that, like, the most of what I do is rest because that's what I need to do. And it's funny, like, I make videos and I don't even see, like, any, like, much of it at all. I don't really show too much, and what I do show is mostly my feelings about it. And that alone is plenty. This is the major point of my video. People do get scared of me. I've seen it. People don't respond. People don't reply. In my experiences, when another person hears about my experience of, like, surgeries and cutting and drugs and organs being taken out and body altering and recovery and the things that come with recovery, like chapters of acne or breakout of blisters and stomach expanding, tummy, not the stomach, but the tummy just being really, really round, itchy skin sometimes, just different mental, emotional, like, fluctuations because the body's gone through so much. You know, those kinds of things are not the most popular topic to talk about, and people certainly get uncomfortable. They haven't experienced it, or know what it's like, or can empathize, or have some compassion. People just freeze up and freak out, or just... people don't know what to say. People don't know what to do. They get scared. They just take off. Some don't understand, so they're just a little bit uncompassionate and harsh. Some people just don't understand and they say stupid things. And I'm not saying that that's everything. It just is part of just the train of life. Not everybody's going to understand what you're going through. You know what you're like and what you've gone through and what that feels like because you're standing in your own feelings and your own shoes. Not everybody does, and that's why I say it on my channel. It's just really a blessing when you find someone who does understand you, because for me, I've had a lot of intense experiences in my life. I've overcome a lot of abuse. I'm a being with many, many different facets of myself, and I'm sure you see it in my videos, how I'm this way, and this way, and this way, and this way. They're all me, just different aspects of me, and they're all a part of me. I understand that it can be complex to another, and people don't always understand. Me standing in my own shoes, and I've heard that quote, when you're happy, you think everyone else is happy. Me being me, having gone through a lot, therefore having a very strong capacity to understand others, and I naturally have this empathic quality about me. It took a long time for me to realize that a lot of people are different. Everybody goes through just their own different thing. And there are people who have very intense experiences and other people just have some people have less intense experiences. And life is just different for everybody. That's just the way it is. People who've gone through a lot tend to understand me a whole lot more, or people who just happen to have a very amazing soul, whether they've gone through a lot or not, just tend to understand me. And then there's a lot that don't. And in the witnessing that I've done, I just noticed that they just have had a different form of life than me. It was like that when my mom died as well, because that's a very scary topic, you know? I'm sure it's not easy for you to hear me speak about it. You know, and when my mom passed away, all the fake people left my life. When my mom passed away, people got really uncomfortable. Kudos to this, though. I'm going to make it a lot more brighter in here after expressing the challenges that I've been experiencing and have experienced. I will say, though, the more faith that I have, the more taken care of I am. And I'm still taken care of even when I'm freaking out and having doubts and fears and worries. It's just, faith is like, I guarantee myself that I'm safe and taken care of and that the right people are going to show up and that I don't have to be alone through all of this. I don't have to suffer and struggle. And the more that I have faith, and that's been a heck of a process because there's been times in my life when I had more faith and a lot of it got kind of, just a little bit of it kind of just wasn't in the forefront so much during some traumatic times in my life when I actually needed that faith the most. Well now, the more faith that I have, the right people, the right experiences, the right things always show up in my life. And I will say, when my mom passed away, a lot of people left, but there were some amazing beings who did stay in my life. Really strong, amazing beings. Really loving beings. Really understanding beings. And many of them are still with me. And even through this experience of surgery and recovery, even if the ones that I love may not always understand everything, of course, because this is my first-hand experience, there's been a lot of love in my life, and just the right people have been there. And then there's times when people are busy, and I'm alone a lot. And I've had to just deal with that, and it hasn't always been easy, just because I have been dealing with a lot. That's why. I'm not saying I'm alone. Never truly alone. Just sometimes I don't see people a lot. And if it's like that for too long, it really bothers me, or just like, it's just natural. It's unnatural to be so alone so much to the point where it feels like an imbalance, like it's affecting you mentally or emotionally. Because it is natural to just have contact and interactions with people, because we're human and social creatures. So sometimes I deal with that, to be honest. And so what do I do about people who seem to be afraid of me? To go through something like this, like so much intense experiences of like hospital and bodily things, and I'm grateful that I have my life and that I am progressing and doing better. Having gone through so many intense experiences, and then to also deal with sometimes misunderstanding on top of that, you've heard me say it before, and I'm going to say it again because I have to rest in myself. I have to be the one who's so strong to just be very understanding of that. It's not always easy. I'm emotional. This experience has not been the easiest for me. It has been a lot. It's also been quite merciful. It's been very intense. I just have to understand. I have to be so mentally and emotionally strong to just understand that not everybody gets it. Not everybody understands. And I'm so grateful for those who do. And I'm still on this journey. And I'm making the best of it. I really feel like I'm handling this with a really good attitude. I really, really am. I have my moments. I'm handling this very, very well. This is definitely showing me how strong I am. Okay, loves. I made my point. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate you watching. Thanks for being a wonderful audience. Do any of you understand? Can any of you empathize? And even if you don't understand or can't empathize, can you just feel like love for me? Can you feel compassionate? Not pity or sorry, but just like, oh, Natalia, you're so strong, you're so amazing. I really, really give you credit and love you for, like, have a lot of love for you when I hear you express, you know, like where you've been at, what you've gone through. Just curious. I'm human. Maybe you would think the same thing too if you'd gone through it. But who knows? Thank you for watching, loves.